You are listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast, a podcast by diehard fans for fans. Mark covers all things Penn State football and the Pittsburgh Steelers, as well as anything related to the sports and fitness world. Tune in weekly to listen to a couple of dedicated fans talk about these topics without filters. Thank you for listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast.
What's up, Steeler Nation? Welcome to the Mark Lesko Podcast. I am your host, very happy J-Rod, and this is Steelers Central. What in the world? And look who's here, guys. Listen, we are having such a good weekend. We have got to keep this happy train moving, and this guy wants to join in on it. I have absolutely no issue with it. How you doing, Mark?
Good, man. Yeah, good weekend, Thanks for having me on.
Good. Dude, we can stamp this as like the greatest weekend in freaking Pennsylvania sport history. Man, what good news we got. I mean, it's almost like embarrassing at this point. It's almost like everything we hit, it's like we're getting the oil's just sprouting out of the ground left and right. We're just rich, man. We are going all crazy. I'm happy about it, but I sound like a freaking crappy, cheesy DJ right now, but I don't care. I'm just so happy about this game. Man, I'm so happy to be right. Aaron Rodgers showing up. DK Metcalf having a game day. What was his final numbers? 7 catches for 148 yards, dude. He just went berserk. All his catches were like 20, 30-yard catches. I mean, God, come on. What more could you ask for? This was amazing. Now, the one thing we did not take care of naturally was the running game. Our run defense let them get 200 plus yards again. But the Steelers kept answering. They kept showing up. Listen, Aaron doing what he did in the first quarter, that first drive they had, him getting the ball to drive it in himself to get the touchdown. I mean, he is officially a part of the Steelers and Ravens rivalry now with that, because he knew that he had to go into this game like being smash mouth, in your face kind of football. And again, 42 years old. What more could you ask from a 42-year-old guy? Just turned 42, and he pushes the ball in himself to get that touchdown to start it out. I mean, they got their field goal, but he went in and did that touchdown. That's just insane. I mean, it really set the tone for this unexpected, crazy, good game. I mean, I was expecting what I said was going to be a 16-13 bout, and here we are with a 27-22 victory. Because, listen, the Ravens, they know how to play us. John Harbaugh knows how to play us. And again, we have no run defense to save our lives. I don't know how serious Patrick Queen's injury is, but I know he went down in this game. I don't know what the severity of it is, but he went down, so it was even less, linebacker coverage. And yeah, it was very much back and forth with us. I mean, at one point this game was out of reach. It was like 20-9 to start out the third quarter, but because we have no run defense, eventually they came through and they started getting the big chunks of yards. And between what's the guy's name? Keaton Mitchell and Derrick Henry, they went crazy. I mean, it was like 25 carries for 94 yards. That was an average of 4 or 5 yards a carry. That's going to get you beat almost every time. And Keaton Mitchell only had 6 rushing attempts, but he had 76 rushing. That meant he was getting 20, 30 chunks. Good gosh. It was just unfortunate that was still an issue, but they responded after that horrendous game against Buffalo, losing 26-7, just at home. I could not believe what they had put themselves in to go 6-6 to into this game. But man, the Ravens defense is atrocious. It's bad. Again, we should not allow a 42-year-old to do what he did today, and he had the game of his season so far in terms of the yardage. He had 284 total yards, went 23 for 34, guys. I mean, it was Aaron Rodgers' big game. I'm so stinking happy. See, we got here a comment, Mr. George Cohn. Thank you, or Kuhn. Lifelong Steeler fan. All of this accomplishes to make the draft pick lower. Listen, I appreciate the honesty, and that is the truth on that. And yes, it does prolong the Mike Tomlin problem because, it's one win. No, my friends. I'm happy that we got surprised win, and we're now AFC North leading division leaders, but this still has a little bit of a problem. Mark, you want to take over on this one for this subject about Mike Tomlin?
Well, I've pretty much, but yeah, again, Jared, thanks for having me on. Jared does a really good job with the Steelers, Pirates, and Penguins.
Thank you, bud.
Yeah, I can't always be on here, but Jared has been doing it himself, and he's doing a great job. He knows a lot about the Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. So if you guys want very in-depth analysis, then tune into his shows. They're all in the Pittsburgh playlist on the channel. But yeah, I'm pretty much, in terms of my my venom spewing for the hatred of coaches, Franklin has taken up most of it. But Tomlin, they do it every year. I mean, it's like clockwork. They'll lose a game they're not supposed to. They'll lose a game they're not supposed to, like the Bengals, and then they'll lose a game where it's like pretty much even, us versus the Chargers. They'll get blown out by a really good team in the Bills, and then they'll go into Baltimore, who they are down right now, and Lamar Jackson, he's not playing well. I benched him for Caleb Williams on my fantasy team. So, they do it every year, man. They do it every year. And, Well, I benched him too because he's playing against the Steelers. But Zay Flowers got me some points, so that's good.
Me too.
But yeah, so that's good. Yeah, so Mike Tomlin, a win like this, doesn't help the cause of us trying to get rid of him. Now, Mike Tomlin is a developer of talent, and I think a lot of the issues this year, coaching wise, the guys are in the positions they need to be, in terms of play on the field. Like the coaching schemes work well enough. The coaching side of the game, I think, is okay. And Mike Tomlin is a developer of talent. He's a molder of men. He's a great leader. But there is also a part of coaching that supposedly he has taken too much rein in, and that's the personnel in the field. That's his issue. We should have had a young quarterback coming in. We should have drafted Trevor Lawrence back in the day before Ben retired, so we had the next guy coming in. Big Ben didn't help that at all because he's, whatever he is. But we owe him all the respect in the world for what Ben did. He's one of the best NFL quarterbacks ever. But he did not help us get into the next phase of the Steelers franchise, the next phase of the club. So the personnel is the issue. Aaron Rodgers, I love Aaron Rodgers, but you need another guy now. You need the next guy. You need another running back. You need a young receiver. You need the talent on the defense is always there. We're good there. But on offense, the most important position is the quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. And we don't have a guy. It's insane. Like, I don't get it. So the issue with Mike Tomlin is his lack of leadership on the personnel side and getting that tightened up. We had Mitch Trubisky. We had Duck Hodges. We had Aaron Rodgers. We had Justin Fields. We had Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, yep.
I mean, we're not the Cleveland Browns going through 25 quarterbacks every season. We're the Steelers. So it's like we got Big Ben. We got lucky in the draft, really, with that was Bill Cowher draft, but we got lucky with Big Ben. He was like the 11th pick, and he turned out to be of the quarterbacks between Eli and Phillip Rivers. He was the best one to me. He was easily the best one. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, right. And I don't think Eli was even a first ballot, was he? So
no.
That's been his issue, his lack of planning, and the reason we all say, well, I think the reason we all say fire Tomlin is because I get it. Like a lot of it is the GM, but as a head coach, your lack of planning on the personnel side is why we lose games. The coaching has always been there. The defense has always been there, but the lack of planning on the personnel side, it's baffling.
Well,
So
dude, I think the problem with Mike Tomlin is that people talk about how he does not bring up like any future ideas. Like he does not try to look like a year or two into the future. And again, I don't care if like your mentality is to win the game right now. I mean, I understand that is important, but dude, we all had that kind of coach with the college team. We did, who said every week we have to go 1-0. And we had that same problem with him, and that didn't work out. I don't understand how a head coach in the NFL thinks that it's okay to just focus on the here and now when clearly those things that need to be addressed in the future are not being looked at. And it's like, guys, you can't sustain any type of like positivity with a team. Like the team needs to know that there is a plan moving forward. They cannot just be like, well, we won this week, and then we're going to look at our next week's opponent, who will be a completely different thing, and then they have to readjust everything. Again, me being the movie guy that I am, I'm also a big television person. I don't know if you know the process, okay? When you do a television show, okay, I'm a big sitcom guy. I like comedies. And I hear and I watch a lot of these behind the scenes like features and things like that. And if you don't know the typical week of a sitcom, the script that the actors are given on Monday rarely is the script that they see on Friday. They actually go through like almost a dozen rewrites of the episode. And I feel like, yes, that is their job to try to find the best solution for that situation, to try to come up with the funniest thing. But with football, and I just don't feel like that's a great mindset where it's like every week you're going to go in to a new team and have to know their strengths and weaknesses. And I don't know. I just feel like the whole idea of it is to know your strength as a player and know how to adjust to each week. Not that your talent doesn't matter. I feel like that's the thing. Like we don't focus enough on the talent that is right there on the field and use it to their advantage. And you have the score up here and you have the map out. Go down a little bit and go to this receiving. This is my example of what you don't use. Look at the name that is fifth lowest on the bottom. Do you see number 88?
Yep.
How many receptions did he have?
He had 2 receptions for 9 yards.
Okay. How many targets did he have? 3?
3 targets.
Yep. So I'm sorry to say it. I'm not, listen, Darnell got hurt too, and I don't know the extent of his injury, but he did leave the game. I don't know if he came back, but now you had Jonnu and you had Pat. And look at this. Jonnu had 1 target and Pat had 3 the whole game. Those are very talented tight ends, and you're not using them correctly. I don't care if that's an Arthur Smith thing. I don't care if that's a Mike Tomlin thing or a combination of both. The bottom line is this team has so many inconsistent issues with their coaching and how they bring things together every single week. Again, there was nothing about the preparation for this week, knowing that we had no Derek Harmon, no Kyle Duggar, and they're going to look completely inept. That was the thing. There was no way they were going to look good in this game. And yet, their offense decided to bail them out. All of a sudden, it's like they got into this game and they took over. Like they went into Baltimore and actually had the better game. And now look for, if you have the stats, look for time of possession. I really would like to see what that was.
Yeah, that's another thing about Tomlin too, Jared, is his lack of preparation to get the good personnel and the in-game use of that personnel. I mean, my God, like tight ends. I mean, holy crap, dude. They have literally elite tight ends. as good as you can get really on one team, and they don't use them. But I know they wanted to get DK the ball. I think they were probably forcing him the ball quite a bit, but yeah, it's.
Well, dude, we've been waiting for this kind of game from DK pretty much all season. I think he's only had one other game like this all season. I mean, you brought the guy in to basically average 80 to 100 to maybe 120. I won't be too greedy, but I'm saying you want him to have the type of wide receiver performance that a lot of other teams have. You know, right now, if you go down to Dallas, and I don't want to bring this up, and I'm not saying this is, you know, something we miss, but George Pickens, I think, has more yardage than pretty much all of our receivers put together. Now, that doesn't mean that Aaron Rodgers and Dak Prescott are the same guy. That is not what I'm saying at all. I know Dak Prescott is a younger quarterback who knows how to, you know, still be mobile and have the, you know, play calling that he has. Like, it's a different game down in Dallas. I get it. But still, Aaron Rodgers' job is to get the ball to the wide receiver, and it's not really been the case for DK because he's either double covered or whatever. Now, again, Baltimore, terrible defense this year. Their quarterbacks are a mess. They are like, you can't put up big numbers against that team right now with how bad they're dinged up. That would be completely on you then, because they had all of it going for them. I mean, for the Steelers, like, they have a guy who is that talented. DK is one of the biggest, fastest dudes on the field in the NFL. Like, he is just a really big dude. He's built like a tight end, but he catches like a wide receiver. And yeah, he had himself a game today, and he needed that.
Yep. Yeah, man. You know, you always hear certain rumblings here and there from guys, you know, and DK, you know, I haven't really heard much from DK, but you know, there are times where, like, an AJ Brown, who is an absolute baby, and DK is nothing like that, not even close. No receiver is today. We used to have a lot of divas back in the day, but AJ Brown is way worse. But you know, Antonio. Antonio. We kept him under wraps until he left, but yeah, you give him a game and that's good against the Ravens. Like, the best part is, first of all, Penn State got their coach. All right, and I'm going to pull this up here.
Yeah.
So, hold on.
Oh, while you're getting that up, let me read this for you. Thomas James. Tomlin isn't really a developer. That's why Khan has brought in all pros past their prime at every position. There's no room to grow when everybody has already hit their peak. Amen. That is a hell of a point, Tom. Like, that right there tells you a lot about Omar Khan's job, real job as a GM. It's not to bring in future talent. It's to bring in present old guys for Tomlin and the team to just stay at a one-year pace. Now, again, that's a lot like the Pittsburgh Pirates. It is insane how much the Pirates are being an influence with the Steelers right now, because with baseball, dude, you are given one-year deals by the Pirates. In baseball, dude, your normal attitude when you bring in someone outside of the organization to give them a multi-year deal, like 3 years, like just 2 years. I mean, hell, if you gave someone a 2-year deal, everyone in the baseball community would just lose their minds for the Pirates. Like, they have not done this. Like, dude, they haven't done it in 10 years. It's been 10 years since the Pirates have given out a multi-year deal. And again, this is kind of what it feels like with these Steelers. Adam Thielen, 35, and yeah, Aaron Rodgers being 42, like, all the things that you are bringing in, not for the most part, not all of them, but about 80 to 90% of these guys, like he said, are just past their prime. It's unfortunate. And I've been saying that for years, Tom, too. Like, there isn't just anyone out there who could truly do so that you can get an organization who settles and holds on to old greats and coattails of coward success. I've said it many times.
Yeah, he's certainly ridden off the tails of Tomlin's or Cowher's success, but there's no one from the Cowher regime on this team anymore. And I believe the opposite. I think Mike Tomlin is an elite developer of talent, man. Like, there's a lot of guys. How many 3rd, 4th, 5th round picks do we have playing for us? You know, like Alex Highsmith, Antonio Brown when he was there.
I mean, we have a lot. I'll agree with you mostly on the defensive side because Mike is a defensive coach. But on terms of offense, dude, you're watching this quarterback carousel. There is no way you can say Mike Tomlin knows how to develop a quarterback. I mean, in that particular position, I'm going to say that is not the case. But you are right about it.
Yeah.
I will say you're right about everything else.
Yeah, like Antonio Brown, there's some examples. Najee Harris was an absolute bust. I mean, the quarterbacks last year didn't do well. But there's been plenty of receivers that came in here and didn't do well. I mean, Martavius Bryant, he could have been one of the best receivers we've ever had, and that just didn't work out. But there's examples. On the defense, you really don't see guys not develop. Offensively, I see what you're saying. How many first-round busts have we had? See, that's the thing. Like,
the answer
Steelers
is yes.
Historically, the Steelers never really had a lot of busts, but in the past few years, we've had Najee Harris, Ziggy Hood, first round bust, Jarvis Jones, Devin Bush, absolutely moved up in the 10th. But Jared, not to change the subject, but the weekend has been great. We got a coach Friday.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna pull this up because he just landed. Can you hear that?
I cannot.
All right, hold on.
Yep.
I was gonna go up and welcome him.
Aww.
But it's cold. Hold on a second. I'll pull it up here.
Yep.
Hold on.
Yeah, I hear now.
Can you hear it?
I can't hear it now. Yes, sir. Oh.
Thank you. A real coach at State College once again. Thank you, God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys for being there and cheering them on. I was going to go up, like I said, but it's I don't know, dude. It's cold and I got to drive. And I'll do that to go to the gym.
But it looks good on him. It does.
By the way, the Penn State jacket, very good look. That's the Terry Smith Penn State jacket right there. Great. That's beautiful. But got a new coach. Indiana won. Thank you, Lord. Notre Dame was left out of the playoffs. They declined their bowl bid because they're absolute clowns, which is why we call them Notre Lame. And then the Steelers won, so it's a great weekend.
Oh, let's see. Here we got Mr. Thomas Tomlin's Tampa 2-4 man front never truly manifested in the same defense as the 3-4 with Dick Level. Oh, dude, let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
Dick LeBeau. Oh my gosh, guys, that man. I mean, he is a man's man. I can't even remember a time where basically Rooster Cogburn just like bursted into the like stable and just decided to take everyone out. Like he just oozed like testosterone. Like you knew when he came into the room, there was no clowning. There was no way you can be a cis or you could be a wimp or whatever. But like he's on another level. Like that generation is long gone and I miss it so badly. It's just like Tomlin, when he walked in, I will bet you that the reason why he left was because he's like, you know what? I'm fed up with all this. You guys do whatever you want. I'll go down to Tennessee and I'll make some noise. And I mean, for the first, I think, year or so he did, but he turned 80, for goodness sake. I think the man was in his mid-70s still coaching before he left us. And I know that he probably butted heads with Tomlin all the time. And Tomlin's a defensive guy, and it's his team. That's what he wanted. And it's like, well, Dick was the Steelers. Anyone who brings that man up in a conversation, and it's like, guy, that man is as much of a legend as the players. Like, not many coaches can say they have that kind of cachet, like when Dick LeBeau walks in. Yep.
Well, they especially with Harrison there, who one of the scariest SOBs to ever play in the NFL. He would talk about they couldn't wear sleeves. So, when you're playing Baltimore in the AFC Championship and it's -10 wind chill and you can't wear sleeves, like, that's insane.
Yeah.
But that was just one thing they didn't do was wear sleeves. But Jared, I'm gonna hop off here, man. So you take it over and
Okay.
keep doing keep doing your thing.
Yeah, man.
But thank you guys for is there anything else you want to talk about, Jared, with me?
Oh, I mean, listen, I was getting ready to wrap it up myself, actually, bud. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's all pretty dang good, dude. I mean, Tom wants you to make sure you get an interview with Campbell soon. I mean,
Yeah.
you got
I was
lots of
gonna
crime in the
say,
Big 12 right now. Let's see. LeBeau, my bad. I hate when autocorrect. Yep, it's terrible. Joe said players balled out for LeBeau. We don't see that with Austin because again, it's night and day. Like I just don't see Austin as that kind of representative of what you're supposed to be in terms of a coach. Oh, I mean, these guys today, they have so much they have to put up with like the whole change of like it's Madden. It's like it's a video game era now. Like it's all about the points and the flashiness. And it's like, no. These guys from that day, they put all that stuff to shame. They were like, no, we're gonna beat you, and it's gonna look ugly, and you're gonna like it that way. And it's just a totally different era. And today, I mean, yeah, it was a pretty high scoring game, but it was one of those kind of results that yes, it could be the start of them finding a rhythm or them finding an identity. And again, I don't know the severity of the injuries. I'll look into that tomorrow when I start taping my episodes for this. But guys, I really appreciate you all coming on here and saying how great this has been because again, what Mark said, we got to mark it from December 5th, 6th, and 7th is the weekend for Pennsylvania. I mean, 2025, man, we're ending with a bang. It's not how you start, my friends. It's how you finish. And we are finishing this year out with everything going our way. It's awesome. So, guys, I'm going to hop off with Mark as well, guys. So I appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you so much, Mark. It was absolutely great. And I'll end it with Joe's comment here. Just once this season, I'd like to see an offense close a game out. Who hasn't? I mean, it's the whole identity just needs to be about what it was when it started out this season. We had a lot of high scoring games. Let's keep that going, guys. Let's keep it going. I mean, hey, good times are here. I'm looking forward to it. And this right here, guys, we're AFC North leaders right now. It's great for now. Just keep it going. And we are going to see. Oh, do we play the Bills? Or no, we play the Lions next? Or no, we play the Dolphins on Monday night. So I actually have a Sunday off to enjoy, and I'll be able to do my live show on Monday and get ready for that. So,
yeah.
Hey, we're going to try to get another win for us all. So thank you again, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mark. And hey, guys, here we go, Steelers, baby.
Jared, I just want to say one more thing. Austin or Thomas said about getting Campbell an interview. I would absolutely do that. I'm that would be really hard. I'm going to try to do it because one thing that I would have never done is have James Franklin on this show for an interview. Not that he would come on, but I would never, ever have him on the show. I will have Matt Campbell on, though, if that can somehow happen. And last thing, like all offseason, Notre Dame fans, and I'm going to keep the language clean, they talk so much crap to me and Brett on this podcast.
Yep.
All off season when they, beating us was their Super Bowl, apparently, because that meant nothing. And Ohio State fans last night, they were saying, well, we beat you guys. It's like, yeah, but what did it mean? I mean, you lost to Indiana. It was the only real team you played all year. So Irish prestige, absolutely, all the stuff he said about how elite they are. They're the most high class team in the whole world, and all this BS, sulking in his tears right now. So Notre Dame fans, you get what you deserve. You're not in a conference. You said you didn't need to because you guys were so great and elite, and you're not. We know that, and it's good to know that you guys have now caught up to us. You're only about 25 years behind, but at least you caught up today. So it's good that you guys actually know this now. So that happens. Maybe you should listen to what we say on here.
Right. And I'll piggyback off you, bud, saying, Baltimore, we all know how they feel about our team, and we know how we feel about theirs. It's always the heated rivalry. I think that's kind of what we're getting. We're piggybacking off the Notre Dame thing where it's like, yeah, every year they're always in the conversation. They always think that they're the greatest thing about the NFL. And this year they have a lot of holes and they have a lot of issues, and they're just as much trouble as anybody. So the fact that we're winning it shows that we have a lot of talent and we took advantage of a lot of their stuff. So it's all about feeling good. And guys, how could you not feel good?
Yeah, and the Ravens, sometimes I call them the Baltimore Barneys because they have the colors of Barney, the dinosaur. So if you don't want to be called Barney, then don't wear purple. Okay. It's a terrible looking color. It's almost as bad as the Cleveland Browns, whatever that color is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right, guys. You guys. I'm Mark's out. This was great. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting. Like and subscribe to Mark Lesko Podcast. And guys, until next time, here we go, Steelers. Later, guys.